The fun part, the play testing. Ha! Yeah, that's gotta be kinematic. But that's cool. That's pretty cool. Hello and welcome to the Must See Game Dev, where we love games and we love game development. And I'm here to continue to work on Move Kaboom. And today we're gonna do another quick video. Sorry, y'all. I really just need to do like an hour or two long video and just drop it. But it is what it is. Really busy with my new job, and but I'm really enjoying it. But you know, just taking a lot of time from me. And I do want to talk about this. There's been some new changes coming from Epic and Unity, respectively. The Unity IAP package is coming to Unreal developers in 2026, and Unity games developed in Unity are going to be allowed to be published to the Fortnite ecosystem in 2026. So amazing stuff happening in the game development world. And so yeah, all right, so I have this PlayerGunController component, and this component is for controlling how the player shoots their gun in the world. I got this update method here. We're using this was press this frame. You know, again, we gotta set up a proper input input map and everything, but you know, for now we're gonna do that. It's gonna call fire bullet, and then we're gonna do this. So let's add a debug log in here. Fire bullet fired successfully. And then what we can do next is test it out. All right. So wait for that to compile. Wow, I don't know why the compile times are so slow. Maybe I need to clear my hard drive or something. Okie dokie. Let's go to the game scene. Oh, okay, we're already in here. All right, cool. Go to player. Let's add component PlayerGunController. And we need a bullet prefab and a gun position transform. And we do need those. So let's see here. I'm going to go into my prefabs here, jump to the player, and for now we're just going to give the player the ability to shoot from the top of their head. So we will create empty. There we go. Call this bullet position. You want to position this like this. Okay. That looks good to me. And then we need to create a bullet. Let's say bullet. Let's reset the position here. And let's go to UI, image. Does it really need a canvas? I don't like that. Let's add another empty game object here. And I'll just say call this visual. And then we'll add image here. And then, do we have any sprites that we can use? Or maybe I can add a, let's see, there we go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's delete this. Let's scale this down. Yeah, like that. We may make it smaller, but for now, that's how we're going to do it. We'll change the color. I think so, yeah. Let's order the layer. Let's give it top priority. Okay. And let's make it a little smaller. Perfect symmetry. Let's just keep it there. Let's keep it there. 0.4 units. And then we will drag this over here. And then we will delete this. We have the prefab already there. And then now we go to the player. Uh-oh. I've already messed up. Okay, so I didn't add any of this stuff. Let's apply this to the prefab and this. And this, and this, and this. I'm not sure if I want to reapply all the other stuff, but the basics should be there. Okay, so there's the PlayerGunController. Awesome. All right, so then the bullet position goes here. The bullet prefab goes here. Ooh, missed it. Awesome. I am super paranoid about saving, so is what it is. All right. So now let's hit play. Okay, we can still move, no errors there. And we saw... Alright, it's successful. Alright, cool. Alright, awesome. So we're nearly there. We're nearly there. So we're going to go back to the code here. And we're going to instantiate the bullet from the bullet prefab. So we'll say game object bullet equals instantiate bullet prefab. Gun position transform. Let's do dot position. Dot rotation. Probably best just do quaternion dot identity, but we'll see. And then let's fire the thing. So then I would need a rigid body 2D. Call it RB for now. If RB not null. RB dot velocity. Ooh, there is no velocity. There's angular velocity. Let's go with linear velocity. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. The transform right vector times, let's see, we need the speed of the bullet, so I'll just call it bullet speed here. Okay, so there we got there. We actually didn't need this. We didn't need this method after all. All right, and then my apologies if I'm going too fast. I'm probably not, but just FYI, if I am, leave me a comment and I will answer your questions and go slower in the next video. Let's see here. This looks all right, except that we need to add a rigid body component to the bullet prefab. So we got the visuals here. So we add that here, rigid body 2D. And so these values, I don't remember what they're supposed to be. Could dynamic or kinematic? I think it's supposed to be kinematic. No, let's just leave it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's hit play. The fun part, the play testing. Ha! Yeah, it's gotta be kinematic. But that's cool. That's pretty cool. Unless it needs to be like another. Let's see. Another vector instead of right. Maybe up. Maybe. Just maybe. Y'all, this weekend I was so busy playing Dispatch. Woo, man. Like 2025, my favorite game of the year was Avowed. And then I played Dispatch and I was like, yeah. It's changing. Changing. There we go. There we go. Yes. So that's kind of cool. Almost like blood a little bit. It's kind of freaky. Okay, so let's see here. Open up the bullet prefab. Let's make this kinematic and let's see if that does anything. There's so much goes into shooting. It's not like an easy thing. There we go. And then have it destroy itself once it gets past a certain Y. There we go. Yo, this is fun. This is fun. Okay, so making it kinematic was the correct thing to do. And then let's see here. We'll get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. And then let's see here. So as you can see here, we have all these bullet clones. And they just need to be destroyed. Just to be efficient with your memory. Like, this is a very small game. You don't have to do this. Oh. But it's best if you do. And then actually reminds me, the boom. It's on 5. The bullet is on 5. The jewel is on 5. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, so for this you could create a manager was gonna do some drawing here with a scally draw. So, we have all these bullets being fired into the air. And so every single one of these are a bullet. And so there's two ways we can manage this. We could, we could create, not two ways, but, two main ways that come to my mind. We have like a bullet manager. And then, we could put like, a tag on each of the bullets. Like tag capital B bullet. And this manager would then control all of the game objects with that tag, right? And so then it would know, it would go through, like you've had like a list of bullets. It can be like, okay, let's go through these bullets and see which ones have, climbed higher than, let's say, 7 units in the Y. I don't know if this is even legible. I'm just having fun drawing. Can I clear this? I don't use this that often. Is there like just a big clear button? I guess I could just refresh. Just refresh. Oh, it's still there. Haha, joke's on me. There we go. So you could do a bullet manager, right? What I like to prefer though, and this just goes to like my college days of looking into like agent modeling, and I really like, to have the idea of like autonomy, right? The idea that, you can take care of yourself. Autonomy, I think that's how you spell it. Which, leads into autonomous agents, right? And then it leads to autonomous vehicles and things like that. So essentially, for each bullet game object, we can still put a tag on it because we may need to do some other referencing in the game. But for each bullet, we can just put a controller that will just monitor itself and just be like, hey, if let's see, if my dot y is greater than, max max y, then destroy me or destroy myself, right? And something like that. So that's kind of like the way I like going about it. Not just for this example, because this is obviously a very simple gameplay programming example, but just for other types of patterns. I like to see if I can have autonomy for those game objects, and that way you don't have to create so many managers, so many systems for everything. Okay, so we have a PlayerGunController. Let's go into scripts, right click, create. Let's have here bullet controller. And then we will wait for you need to finish compiling. And then we will open that up. Okay. So then we'll have a public float, and just because I'm not coming up with anything more creative, we'll say 7.0f as max y. And then, if transform dot position dot y is greater than max y, then destroy game object. And that's it. Now we don't need this comment. Make it really simple component. Cool. And then this can go more compilation. This can go here in prefabs, and the bullet here, BulletController, or have a default here. File save, go back to the main hierarchy, save project, and then let's play. So there's destroying itself. It creates itself. It gets instantiated. Let's make sure we have no random errors here. Gets instantiated by the gun controller, right? And then oh, look at that, we won. Very cool. Back to my menu, play. Ooh. Okay, cool. All right, there's a lot more I want to do. This is getting exciting, and I'm liking it. Hopefully you liked it. But yeah, so next week, or maybe in 2 weeks, we'll see how Thanksgiving goes. We will then add collision and set up more of the rules for this game. And yeah, we have some exciting things there for y'all. So, all right, that's it. Take care and stay musty. Musty, musty, musty game dev. Ooh, it's musty in here.